Hello, happy Lunar New Year. Uh, Back with another market watch for Ardmore for January 2021. And the past couple of times I've been breaking it up into Haverford Township School District and Lower Merion School District. I had a little bit of trouble doing that this time, so they're just all in one big market watch. There was like 37 homes. Again, this doesn't include like condos or apartments. And before we get started, I'm not sure if you heard, mortgage rates jumped up quite a lot actually to like 3.75%. They were expected to hit that number towards the end of the year. So that's still historically low, and that hasn't really affected prices too much yet. But if those mortgage rates climb, 4.5%, 5%, then you'll start seeing home prices like hit a ceiling. Right now, though, the market is still quite robust. There's a home that's pending in Ardmore. It was a twin, and it had like 20 offers on it. So, the mortgage rates are still historically low, but soon, maybe by the end of this year, they'll start affecting the prices more so than they are now. Anyway, I'm going to share the screen, and we'll get started with the market watch. So again, this is both of the school districts in Ardmore. So we've got a couple active listings, and I'm just going to go through them quickly. A couple under contract. This one has a lot of potential. I was in there, but it's right on Haverford Road, which is tough. And there's a lot of homes under contract. Again, just because there's not too many homes right now, so buyers are starting to come out of the woodworks. Pretty like mid-February is when they really start coming on, and you'll see more homes on the market and more going under contract. So if we see, there's a bunch of under contract and pendings. And again, that is pretty synonymous in our area. Maybe the difference is when you first go on, like offers first accepted, it's under contract. Then when you go through inspections and or mortgage contingencies, then it's switched to pending. So pending normally means it's further along in the sale and it has a more likelihood of closing. So yeah, with both of the school districts combined at 32 homes in a month. It's not too bad. Ardmore's a big place though. And now we have the closed homes. So this one on Darby Road, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it went 21% above asking for 1.7 and change. It's just gorgeous. So that was on the market for a while too, and it went above asking. Let's see, Edgemont closed for 520. And that was almost 10% below asking. Again, that was on the market for a good amount. So I think I've said this before, just because it's a strong seller's market and it is insanely strong seller's market, you can't just slap any old price on a home and expect it to sell. If you have a clean puff home, like 4 bed, 4 baths, updated baths, kitchens, or whatever, that home will sell, but it's better to have like a good price on it. So then you get a lot of interested buyers, and then you let one of them get crazy, do that 100K over asking type of deal, as opposed to like listing it at 100K over, what it should be at, and then losing out on a lot of potentially interested buyers. And if you have a good price, then that's when buyers also waive mortgage contingency and the inspections, which makes like the sale just smooth as can be. And Schoolhouse Lane closed for 655, and that was below ask, 2%. So it's kind of right there. And that was on the market for 51 days. So usually if it's on there for that long, you would expect it to close for a little lower than that. But these days, even if a home sits on a market, it's, if the right buyer comes along at that whatever particular time, they know not to mess around. So it's like they can still close for close to asking, even if it's been on the market for a bit. Spring Ave closed for 210. That was slightly above asking. Inwood was for 440. That was 12% below asking. Malvern Road, 405, and that was 8% above asking. So that was on the market for 5 days. And next page. Belmont Ave closed for 415. It was, a bit below asking, and that was on the market for about 8 days. This one closed for 375. Here's another one on Malvern Road that closed the day after the other one. And that one was just spot. It was listed for 450, sold for 450. So congrats to the realtors and the sellers and buyers for just hitting the nail on the head right there. Simpson Road, this one was 355, and that was 4% below asking. So that was on the market for 24 days. Yeah, that one was a pretty good one. I liked that one. 662 Woodcrest. That sold, basically for asking. It was probably listed at 380. That was on the market 16 days. 16 days to, last year when things were crazy, it was like if the home was sat on the market for 8 days, it was overpriced. Now it's calmed down a little bit, but around like 16 days to like 24 days is when you might start to see a price reduction. This spring though, again, there's just no homes and there's going to be a lot of buyers, so that might change. Condo on Woodside Road closed for 450. Let's see, 2814 Morse Road, 283, 1536 James, 840. So this one's 4-bed, 3 full baths, 2 half baths. That's a lot of baths. And 2,500 square feet. That was on the market for a day. And then the last one was 2213 Haverford for 285. So a good amount of homes closed. So that was it. December, January usually are the least activity having months in real estate. Right after the Super Bowl is kind of when buyers start to come out. More homes will become active in February, then you'll see like a sharp uptick in like March and April and May. Then you'll see a lot more pending as well. So if you are thinking of selling, sooner than later is better, honestly, because once the mortgage rates get to like 4.5–5%, people aren't going to be able to afford as much home. So if you have thought, hey, let's move to Florida in a couple of years, or retirement community a couple of years, or even like downsize to a condo or an apartment, you're not going to be able to, most likely you won't be able to sell your home for this much money in the next year or two, just because the mortgage rates are going to depress what buyers are able to afford with their monthly payments. So I think it's worth having a conversation at least, just to kind of explore your options where, your timeline, let's say, might have been to move in 1 to 3 years. If you move it up, how does that affect you and your plans? I'd love to have a no obligation conversation with you about that. Just to help you, just to be like, hey, this, if you sell it now versus later, what to expect, things like that. My contact info is at the bottom of this email. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next month. All right, bye.